Well, hi. How are all my crafty friends today? I'm Donna with AK Gal Stamps. Do you know why I'm called AK Gal Stamps? Because I'm from Alaska originally, but I live in Ohio. So I hope you are all having a good day. I hope some people can jump on today. I know Fridays can be kind of hectic. I know they're busy for me. I know I've been really enjoying my grandkids over the summer. We've done a lot of swimming, gone to a lot of lakes. We went to Six Flags several weeks ago for 4 days. That was nice. Um, Next weekend, we're taking our grandson. He loves Foreigner. He's 13. And we're taking him to a concert in Illinois and for his birthday. He turns 14 in September, and his sister, she turns 11 2 days before he does. So this year, we're doing an activity with them. So, hey Tracy, how you doing, girl? So it's just been really hectic for the summer, but we only have one more week left and then they start back. I used to love to go to school. I always couldn't wait till summer was over so I could see all my friends. But my grandkids do not like school, so I hope this is a better year for them. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to get started. There we go. We're going the right way. Let's bring this up just a little bit. So you got any big plans for the weekend, Tracy? I actually don't. No plans. Let's see. Can I get that light on? No, that's not good. That is not good. That's not going to help. I'll bring this one down a little bit. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Ugh. There. So this is on Last Chance, Year of Flowers. It's $23.40, was originally $26. The dies are $27.90 and they were $31. And honestly, I use this in the greenery all the time. I really like them for small greenery, and I like that tag. Um, the stamps have like a birth month on them, but when you die cut them, the birth month does not show. But I use Sending You a Floral Hug. I like the sentiments really well. And since it's red rubber, you can color on them. Yes, I do like to do that. So we are going to do a book fold, which they're pretty easy kind of cards to do. But this one has a twist, which I haven't actually completed a card. I've only done my template, so I haven't completed a card yet. I got this from Connie Stewart. She shared it in Creativate, like an early bird thing. So it's not like from a video that I got from her, but anyway, we're gonna try. I did cut out my pieces. So you are gonna need a piece that is 4 1/4. Let's see. Well, today's Friday. Oh, what's Friday? Oh, the stained glass class. Gotcha. Well, good luck. Stained glass was not my thing. I did try it, but I didn't wait. I know it takes a while to build the calluses on your fingers. All I had was cut fingers, and I didn't like it. So that was me. Not patient. But you need a piece that's 4 1/4 by 11. You're scoring at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. That's your standard bookbinding card, because you would hear this to this, and then it's just this kind of flap on it, right? As a bookbinding card. I have got a layer that is 4 by 4 with a piece of DSP that is 3 3/4 square. And then I have another piece that is 1 by 4 and a piece of DSP that is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So that's all that, which we can hear all that stuff on. All simple thus far. What kind of paper am I using today? What am I using? I am using the Lovely Garden DSP. Some have black and white designs and some have, I think, other colors. Let's see. This one had green and then it had that wild color on it. We went to George Rogers Park yesterday. Have you ever been there? We only go for the fair at New Boston. There are trails all over the place and waterfalls. It's very pretty. I was very impressed. It's like, how did we not know about this? Because we always go for the fair at New Boston. You know, they're like dressed up like they're in the 1800s, and they dress like that. All the things they sell are made old school, and the food is what it would be like back then. So I always get the peaches and pound cake dessert because I love it with homemade whipped cream. So there are those pieces. I am going to attach the bookbinding part. Just put some glue in here. Super, super easy. And then we'll put this on. I have been working with some scraps because I'm trying to figure out a card to use with all the scraps from that bee set. Because I don't have much left of the DSP. I think it's the scrapbooking kit that I bought. Not to scrapbook. Oh, you used to go there. See, I didn't even know there was stuff back there. You know, I mean, they have like the little Indian area, but that's part of Fair at New Boston. But yeah, it was nice. We did some hiking. I thought it was really sweet. Natalie hung with Papaw because Papaw's a lot slower right now, and I had to try and keep up with Tyler. So there was that. I forgot, you're going to need a piece of cardstock. This is for the inside. For the inside, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 3 3/4 square. You're also going to need cardstock that is 2 3/4. You'll need 2 of these, 2 of those, and then 2 whites that are 2 1/2 square. So you'll need those 2 things. Then you're going to need a piece of 6x6 DSP. So let me unfold this paper since I already folded it. So I did this. I tried to make sure, I probably had it like this when I scored it. I scored across because when you're using a 6x6 piece of DSP, if it has a direction, don't cut until you decide the direction because there's cutting involved. So you're scoring at 3, and then you're scoring at 3, but the other side is going to be cut. But since I want to make sure that I'm doing this right, yeah, I'm going to mess myself up. Okay. So I had to cut upside down so that my DSP would be right. Okay. Because it's going to fold like this, and go in here. Okay. So you cut, you're scoring across at 3, scoring down to 3, and then cutting down. So you have this flap. Okay. Because what's going to happen is it's going to fold and go like this. Kind of a unique fold. Well, hi, Lisa. Queen Bee Creation. She does some awesome cards. If you don't follow her on YouTube and Facebook, you need to. She was probably one of the first people I ever watched 8 years ago. So this is just a fun little card. So I'm going to glue this on, and I need to stamp. We need to stamp. Do you ever color on your red rubber, Tracy, with your Stampin' Right markers? I love those. You are right. You are so right. I can't remember. I think one of the first cards I got from you, Lisa, was one that it opened up this way, but then the panels fell out. I think you did it with like a wine set or something. And that was probably one of the first times I started watching YouTube and I saw you. And I'm like, yeah. Don't do a lot of live watching of anybody anymore because I'm so busy. But yeah, you do great stuff. Very good. So I die cut leaves. When I telling you, these are nice little leaves. And you know, you can color on these. Have you ever colored on your die cuts, adding some color to them? And I colored some flowers. Don't know what I'm going to do with them. Got a couple of those. So I got my flowers, Stampin' Right markers. So I'm going to do a little bit more stamping. So it's neat that these have the birth months on them, and I like that you can die cut them without that, but it's kind of like I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I think this is September. I don't even know what kind of flower this is. Do you know what kind of flower that is? Oh, it looks pretty, but I'm using yellow. I have crushed curry, and this must be Daffodil Delight. So we're just going to color this. This is just so easy, right? I know I'm been seeing a lot of pictures because Patty Bennett's on her last card making cruise where she's part of the creators. She said she'll go on cruises to be a participant, but she's done doing the being part of the creative team. She and her downline Kirsten. I did one last year with them. They did a bang up job. I'd like to go on another one, but I know my husband was bored to tears. He went with me and he was bored. And I tried to be really good. I huff on that to get it moist and then stamp. And see, I think that looks pretty good. But that's how you do that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then you die cut these. And like I said, it takes off the birth date. So anyways, we went on the cruise and I tried really hard to only cruise we'd go and have breakfast. And then I would go down to the room where they had all the stuff set up. I tried to do that in the morning. And then I would spend the rest of the day with him. But I think he was still bored out of his mind. Because I didn't do it at night because, you know, we went to the shows and all that kind of stuff. So I guess if I go again, he says, I'm on my own. I am on my own. He will not do that again. He was bored out of his mind. Plus, he didn't know anybody, but that wouldn't make a difference because he wouldn't know anybody anyway. Not when it comes to card making. So let's move this up a little bit. I'm going to put this right here. There's that. I'm using Secret C. That is like my go-to favorite ink for stamping other than, you know, the Memento. I really like it. I know it's blue, but it's so dark. I really like it. It is great. You think it's a morning glory? That could very well be. That could very well be. That's going to go on here. The other one I'm going to use to write on. And then we'll start putting this together. So I try, like I've bought tutorials from Lisa. I try and support her that way. And I do online retreats like I do Kevin's, and I did Creativate. I do that probably maybe every other year. I don't do it all the time. But I try and do those. It helps me get ideas. Plus, I can support demonstrators that I do use their ideas. You know, if I case their stuff. I know a couple of years ago I got a tutorial from Lisa with the cute little Santa treats, the little treat boxes and stuff. Very cute. Okay, this is going to be Sending You a Floral Hug, which is right here, which is probably my favorite little stamp sentiment. I really like it. Do you always cut out two of your sentiments when you're making everything? Because I always do, in case I'm going to mess up. And when I do kits, I do that. I try and give people two. Is that going to be straight? Going to be straight? Going to be straight? That's a little kind of crooked. Let's see if we can do it a little better. It's like I am not the best at placing this. I'm going to have to move this so I can see better. See if I can get it straighter. Oh, that one was perfect. Whew. Hope you didn't have to see my head, but that was perfect. That worked out well. Try really hard to place the labels on the rubber really well. I know a lot of people don't, but that just gets me frustrated because I can't find them in the box then because I don't know what they are. Okay, so we got that, we got that, we got our pieces. We got our pieces. Okay, so this goes on the front with dimensionals, of course. Lots of dimensionals. Okay, and I need some scissors, some rotten ones, so that I'll gum these up. I think I'm just going to do that one like that. I've mailed out a lot of cards this week. I'm glad because I do really bad. Oops, let's not do this upside down. There's that. You know, what I really should do, and I don't do, is I should use adhesive sheets. I mean, I know I have them, but I always forget to use them. Does anybody else forget that? I have those things. That would be easier, but I'll just use some glue. I don't care. But they are nice. Like if I do classes, I'm good at using them. And I'll put a garden green one down here. I don't want the same one. Let's do this short one. It's different. This is, I guess, like a great thing to use up your DSP on. This kind of a card. Like that. And I think I'm going to put some glue on here. But I don't think... I need to see if I have something. Oops, don't move. Like right there, and then I need just a sliver, just a teeny piece, I'm just going to cut like a little piece of this and see if I can, is that going to work? I'll probably pull that off. Let's try this. That's too far. Too far. Okay, now it'll work. Now let's try this again. Put it back over there and stick. There. Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay. And I know these are not the same, but that's okay. I'm using my in color. This is Darling Duckling, so I'm going to use these. Like that. And now the inside. Well, good. Yeah, this is it's on Last Chance, Year of Flowers. Definitely get them separately because it'll save you. I like it. I like all the flowers. I think it's great. Okay, so my paper. Just got to make sure I'm doing this right. So it has to be glued like this. Okay, this piece has to be glued. Always have to think. It's upside down when you're looking at it, but it'll work out as we saw. That's why I said don't cut Don't cut that one piece directional until you just know which way your paper is going to be, or it'll be upside down. I want this to kind of be centered, and straight. So see, then it goes like this and like this. So then, yeah, now you have your, I don't know where Connie got it, but it's a great idea. I liked it. Okay, so this, I'm going to have this, I think to write, it'll be easier to write on this. And I'm going to put this right here like that. I don't want to use that one. But I think it's a fun little card. I just saw a picture of it, and she shared a picture of the template for this, which was easy. Super easy, super easy. Okay, so there's that, right? Right. Okay, and this is going to be to sign on. And then we'll add a couple other things. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? There's that. And our flowers. We got to use all this stuff up, because then I'll have a gazillion of these. So I just want a little bit there. But I wouldn't say, I wasn't going to say that this is probably a keeper stamp set for me, because I get rid of my retired. I try and get rid of more of them. But I love the dies. I really like these dies. But I'm sure something else will come along, right? There's always something else. Has your order even showed shipping yet, Tracy? Because I know mine hasn't. I'm like, oh, I'm so anxious. I should have done rush, but it was so stinking expensive. Oh my gosh. Spending $100 was already too much. But I so want my stuff. Okay, so there's that. Stay. And then here's this. Glue. Like that. And we have one more, so I think we're going to have to put it right here. Yeah, got to use it up. Got to use all this stuff up. So there you go. Pretty easy little card, right? Not too hard. Hopefully I didn't get glue everywhere, so this is going to stick together. And there's that. And there's that card. I got to show you. When I did my template, because that's what I do, I always make a template first with scraps, hopefully. So this is my template, not a finished card, just, directions, measurements. I had to actually cut a little bit because it was bunching up where I cut. So sometimes you have to improvise, okay? Just be prepared. Go rogue, wing it. It's okay. But that was my template. I always make a template of a card. But that's a really cute card, and I think somebody will really like getting this. So don't forget about the in color sale, 15% off. Demonstrators, it's pre-order time. Yay! I bought way too much. So I hope you like this, and if you do, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, all the good stuff. I love sharing with you. And thank you all for stopping by, and those who watch on the replay, thank you very much. And I'll be back on Monday. Bye, everybody. You got your pre-order. Did you do a rush, Lisa? You must have done a rush. I almost did a 3-day, but it's still at 3-day. It goes 3-day after they finally pick your order. So that doesn't make it faster. You've got to do like maybe 2-day or next day. But man, I'm jealous, Lisa. I am jealous. Well, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all later. Bye.